Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. Today in this video we will design the next screen of our app, subject screen. So first let's see the screenshot. So here this will be our subject screen. Here we can see most of the things we can reuse from that dashboard screen like this task list, session cards list and these delete dialogues and add subject dialogues, these things. So let's go back to the Android Studio and start designing our screen. So here in this presentation package, let's create one more package with the name subject. So in this subject package, let's create one more file with the name of subject screen. So again in this subject screen, we will use scaffold because we need to use the top app bar and the floating action button. That's why we are using this scaffold. Scaffold helps us placing these floating action button and the top app bar at a right place. So here within these brackets we have this parameter called top bar. So here we will provide our top bar. Let's create a private function with the name of subject screen top app bar. So here in this screen we will use the large top app bar. So this large top app bar place the title on the second line. This is quite helpful when you have more than two action icons in the top app bar. And also we are using because this large top app bar will look more good in this subject screen. So let's take this large top app bar. So here first let me write the code, then we will discuss. So here we have our large top app bar. So first this is giving error. So let's obtain this experimental annotation API. We have this parameter called navigation icon. So this navigation icon displayed at the start of the top app bar. Generally we put the arrow back icon for navigating to back screen. And then we have this title parameter. Here I have used this text layout. We will provide the title through the parameters. So here let's create the parameters and also for these on click functionalities. So here we will provide this title through the parameters. So let's attach it to this and this on click, and after this title we have these action parameters. So here we have this row scope, so we can provide more than one icons in this action, and these icons will be displayed at the end of the top app bar. So let's attach these on click functionality. So we have all the code for our subject screen top app bar. Now let's use this in our scaffold. So here we will provide. So for now let's just use some dummy name, and in the future video we will provide this title dynamically. And these on click functionality for now let's just leave them blank. And for the content of this scaffold again I will use a lazy column. So here I have used this fill max size. And these padding values of this scaffold I have provided to this lazy column. So first we can run our app and see how this much code is looking. And also let's minimize these imports and let's go to the main activity. So instead of this dashboard screen, now we need to see the subject screen. So we will pass this subject screen. We are using only one screen at a time because we have not provided the navigation logic yet. When we will provide the navigation logic, then we can say when user will click on the subject card, then it should navigate to the subject screen. If user click on the task card, then it should navigate to the task screen. So when in the future videos we will provide the navigation logic so we can navigate to these screens dynamically. But for now we will just call one screen at a time and can see the preview of that screen. So let's run our app and see the preview of this subject screen. So here we can see we have our top app bar and it is looking as we expected. So let's just minimize this and let's go back to our subject screen. So here after this top app bar, first let's see the screenshot of our app. So next we will design these count card section. So here we can use those count cards for this section. So here in our subject screen, let's just scroll down and here create one more private function with the name subject overview section. So here in the subject overview section, we will take a row layout and then we will place those count card in it. So here I have taken this row layout and in this row layout we have these two count cards. And after these count cards we need to use progress indicator. So for that I will take a box and in that I will use circular progress indicator. So here I have taken this box layout and I have given the size of 75 dp and the content of this box will be in the center. So we have these three content of this box. We will use these two circular progress indicator. This circular progress indicator will always be there and the color will be surface variant. It will be something similar to the surface and on the top of this circular progress indicator we will use the actual progress. So here we don't need to provide the color because by default it will use the primary color to show the progress and then we will have a text so it should also show the progress in the percentage. So let's just create few parameters for this function. So here I have this modifier. So let's attach this modifier to our parent layout. And here in this count card, our count will update dynamically and this heading text will remain always same. So I have just provided the hard coded value. So here count we will update dynamically. Goal hours and here is studied hours. And this progress we will provide dynamically to this progress indicator and to show the progress in percentage. So let's just convert the progress into percentage. Since this progress value we will provide between 0 to 1, so we need to convert it into the percentage. So here how I am converting this value, first I am using this remember block. So it should only calculate the value when this progress value change. So here first we are multiplying this to the 100, so we can get the value before the decimal in 2 digits. So then we will try to convert it into the two integer value. So it will just round the fractional value towards the 0. And here we are checking this with the function of this coerce_in. So coerce_in function will ensure that our converted value will always be remain in between these two values. So here we are saying that our percentage progress should be between this 0 to 100. So let's just use this progress percentage here in our text. So now we can use this section in our lazy column. So here in our lazy column, let's use this item block and use our subject overview section. So here for this subject overview section, I have used some dummy values for now. In the upcoming videos, we will provide these values dynamically. So let's run our app and see how our subject overview section is looking. We can see it is looking perfectly good. Next thing, we need to provide those task list and session list. So let's just minimize this and this also. So here what I will do, I will just go to the dashboard screen and scroll down. So here let's just copy these two task list and study session list code from here and go to our subject screen and paste it here. So in our task list, all these things will remain exactly same. Here we can see this cannot access the task dummy list which we created in the dashboard screen. So what we will do, let's go to our dashboard screen and scroll above and let's just copy these three lists. First let's minimize these three lists and let's just cut from here and go to our main activity and here let's just paste. So now we can access these lists from anywhere in the app. So let's go back to our dashboard screen. So here it will ask for the import. So let's just go here and press Alt Enter. And again for these two lists of also. So now it won't give error anymore. So let's go back to our subject screen. So here again let's import this from the main activity and this sessions also. And this task list we need to use it 2 times. So again let's just copy this and this time we need to use this task list for completed task. So here I have also updated these two empty list text. So now after these two task lists we have this study session list. So let's just copy this spacer also and put it here. And here also all this code will be same. So for now let's just remove these dialog box property for now and let's run our app and see this change. So here we have our subject screen. So let's just scroll down and we can see everything is looking perfectly fine. So now the next thing, we will provide a floating action button. So let's just minimize this and this also. Let's scroll up. So here after this top app bar, let's use the parameter called floating action button. So here we will use the extended floating action button. So here we have our extended floating action button. This comes with the Material 3 API. We are using add icon for this fab and also the text add task. So now we can run our app and see this change. So here we have our extended floating action button. So let's just scroll down and let's scroll up. Now next thing, we need to give the functionality of this, like when we scroll past the first item, then this fab should convert into a simple fab, and when the user scroll all the way up above, then it should go back to the extended state. So for this functionality, first let's minimize this. And since we need to access the value of the first item of this lazy column, so for this we need to create a state and then we will access that first item. So let's just create a state here. We have this function remember lazy list state. So this will help us in creating the state of this lazy column. So let's just attach this to the lazy column here, like this. Now we will calculate the value. So here we are using this remember block. So it should remember the value of this expanded state. And in this remember block, I am using this derived state of. This is because we need to only change the value of this is expanded state when the item indexed has changed from the 0. And if it has changed from the index other than 0, like from 5 to 6 or 6 to 7, then it should not calculate this value. So that's why we are using this derived state of. This is quite helpful in that case. So let's just put it in a single line and use this state in our floating action button. So here we have this expanded. We will provide this is fab expanded. Now we can run our app and see this change. Now let's scroll down so we can see our first item has passed. So now it has shrink to the normal fab. Now when we scroll all the way up, so it should go back to the expanded state. So we can see it is working totally fine, like this. Now the next thing, we need to provide the functionality of this. When we scroll this content, so this top app bar should go into the single line top bar, because right now we can see it is taking too much space in the top. So for that, let's just minimize this and let's go to our top app bar here. So we have a scroll behavior parameter. So we will provide this scroll behavior through these parameters. So let's just create top app bar scroll behavior and scroll here. First let's create a scroll behavior here. Here we can see we have few different behaviors. We will use this exit until collapsed scroll behavior. You can try out other behaviors also. For now let's just use this one. and it is asking for this experimental annotation API. So let's obtain this and provide this scroll behavior in our top app bar. And we also need to notify to our scaffold that we need the scroll behavior. So let's just use the modifier nested scroll, and here we will provide this scroll behavior to nested scroll connection like this. So now we can run our app and see this change. Let's scroll down. So here we can see our top app bar has gone to the single line. When we scroll down, so it will come back to the large top app bar state. So now we can see everything is working perfectly fine as we expected. Now the next thing, we need to give these dialog functionality of this edit delete dialog and also these delete sessions. So let's just minimize these and go back to our dashboard screen. So here let's copy these dialog box code, and in the subject screen let's use the code. So here we can see we don't need to do anything else. We have just copy pasted those dialogues because all these things will be same, and we have this delete dialog also, and this delete dialog is for session. Let's just also create one more delete dialog for subject deletion. So here we have our delete subject dialog also, but we also need to create one more state. So let's just go here and duplicate this value, and let's attach this value to this dialog. Now we also need to attach these values to their respective icons. So first we have this on delete button click in the top app bar. So here we will say is delete subject dialog open to true, and this on edit here we will say is add subject dialog open to true. And for this screen let's rename our value to is edit subject, and last to that session deletion. Now we can run our app and see this change. Let's click on this edit icon. So here we can see our edit subject dialog has opened. So this will also work perfectly like this. Let's cancel this and now click on this delete subject. So here we have our delete subject dialog box, and let's also cancel this one, and here let's click on this session deletion. So here we have our delete session dialog. So everything is working perfectly fine. So in this video we have designed our subject screen fully, and in the next video we will design our next screen, that will be task screen. So do subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching.